From depth of my heart, I'm offering my greetings. And numberless thanks for all of you are my most precious, most kind, and most dear wish granting. And so all those who are really involved in the UE and universal education, and then all those who want to know about it and who want to in the group, to want to involve in the UE to learn and to serve, to bring peace, happiness as much as possible in this world. Of course, all the suffering, obscure living beings, yes, but particular this living beings who are obscure, suffering, in this world, who need help. So it's like this, person who is blind and believing there's actually precipices, you see, falling from mountain or something, precipice so deep, like that. But then person is blind, or who is hallucinated or not good eyesight, or thinking there's a road. Then go down, then person fall down, and then die. So like that, yes. Or the armless person, drowned in the water, ocean, or I don't know what, some examples, so like that, so trying to help. Even they didn't ask you to help, but you have arms, you have two eyes, you have arms, you have legs. You can just run there and grab the person who is in danger to fall down. So, because you can do that, but by that, it means you are responsible to help. You have legs, you have hands, eyes, you can see, you can run there to grab. So while you have everything to help, me, I, so even, they're blind, no arm, you don't, even you see, you don't think to help, kind of like that, you see. So that's a very, even though they didn't ask, but it's really very, for me, it's very selfish, very, very selfish. You have everything to help, but then not everything to help. And even you see, no thought of to help. So I'm using this as an example. Yeah. So, so I think, you see, so basic thing is, yes, to not harm others and benefit others on top of that, as much as we know we're method. We can think according to our wisdom, our compassion. So as much as possible, of course we can't do everything according to the level of our mind. Like myself, very limited in wisdom, compassion, so can't really help. There's so much, that you can help others, but, you can develop your own mind, your wisdom, compassion. So the basis of bringing happiness in the world, perfect peace, happiness, not only this world, all the suffering beings, and, need to have, so particularly this world, you see, comes from you can do that through your compassion, your wisdom. So that you see. So you see, by knowing university, by involving that, so immediately your life becomes meaningful. Suddenly, as you will go through the 16 human Dharma, there's all the 10 divine Dharma. But that first time who showed me is the Malaysia Center, Rosenthal Center, the university education. They did 10 divine Dharma. They did very well. So that's the only thing, only center who did that so far. So because I think maybe find difficult or I don't know what. So you see, immediately your life becomes meaningful. So many people, actors, famous people, actors, or many famous people, extremely rich people, there are many people who come in society in the world. So many, more it happens every year, every day, I'm not sure. But basically, what I think is they don't know meaning of life. They don't know meaning of life. What is the purpose of life? Oh, so many, but not knowing, confused life. What is life? What does it mean? So many people commit suicide, even though wealth, they have so much money. Yeah. So like that, you see. That's many friends, but you see, many that die. You commit suicide. Even nobody's killing you, but but yes, you kill by yourself. So many people were happening, educated people, the educated people, educated people, then young people, the old people, many they're happening. So I was thinking basically what I think. Basically their problem, their problem actually. From attachment, from things like that. So problem of anger, problem of so things. Problem. So relating with that, then also there's external harm, non-human beings, and so so then you see communist society. Basically, not knowing meaning of life. For example, one example, America at war, Iraq, and then the armies, they saw bombing, unbelievable suffering, but still they didn't die and they're able to come back to America. So they saw all kinds of things. So then their mind become, they just all these things came back to America. So you see, they're so confused and what the life is for, completely confused. So So he said each day 20 people are committing suicide, armies. So the American government introduced meditation, mindfulness meditation. So the idea that came out. So for them, so introduced the mindfulness meditation. So that helps them to become less commit suicide, or more bring some peace. So that, yeah. So because of the mindfulness, I think basically stop thinking of the past and stop thinking of the future and now. And I think maybe that's the basic kind of meditation. So anyway, so I think brings some peace. Otherwise, the mind is so disturbed. Don't know what the life. They commit suicide every day. But 20 people said, so like that. So one man once, I forgot his name. He was not involved. I mean, I don't. Maybe I don't know. So he was involved in the electric, special force. Yeah. Something to the computer or something, yeah. Yeah, very high job, yeah. So he found in the computer place for meditation retreat is in Nepal. Laudo is the name of the cave where I go sometimes there. Where I was supposed to, I don't remember, but where my past life story started. So that's what the Dalai Lamas mentioned. So he came to Nepal and he came to Laudo when I was there. So I called him in the cave. I called him in the cave and then I discussed with him. How did you find out this? So he told me yes. Yeah. So you see, just you involved in the UK, university. So suddenly your life being meaningful because of all the numbers, you see, just there. Of course, by thinking, expanding from that, of course, without trying, just even that. The it's all the good things, to not harm you, to not harm the world. Yes. To not harm your family, to not harm neighbors. So just like that. So suddenly your life become meaningful. Suddenly, you see, God will bring peace to you and to others. So that. So basically, your job or your happy job, your not suffering job, happy job is to bring peace, happiness in the world, to yourself, to the rest people, living beings in the world. That's what it is. I'm not going to go through again. So that I say, of course, you can follow, you can study, but well, before the 16th year Dharma, I met 7. practice kindness, day and night, towards others. Not only human beings, even insects. Any being who needs happiness, who don't know suffering, you help. Just here. You don't serve over the animals, the ants, you serve over, no. It's so clear. They need happiness, they don't want suffering. It's just like you, exactly like you are suffering. So you want the help of others, you don't want to be harmed by others. Looking at you that is bad, or say bad things to you, or with the word spiritual mind, yeah? So you want to hear only respect, nice words from others to make you so happy. Yeah? So you see, body spiritual mind too. Somebody respects you, so happy, and somebody, help you, so happy. With body spiritual mind, right? So same thing. We should do like that. So treat others like yourself. You see, it's so important, so important. Treat all others, not only human beings, even insects, anything who want to suffer, who don't want to suffer, who want happiness. So you treat it like yourself. Of course, in meditation, mind, but of course, treat others more than yourself, but at least like yourself. You see, that comes first. So the bodhicitta, you see, so they are at least like that. So we should live like that. So good. So anyway, first one is kindness. Practice kindness all the time. To bring peace, happiness to you, to bring peace, happiness towards your family, all. In this world. So when you bring one by one, bring peace to the family with, you see, every animal, one by one, like that. So you bring peace in the world. Yeah, so that, you see. You have to practice like that to bring peace in the world. Also, you can bring more and more. So you can practice in your life. So you can bring peace, happiness to so many people, so many, even non-human beings who need. So that's incredible. So kindness. After the kindness, then can go. Sorry. To remember, it's a very bad memory. Huh? After, yes, I'm not going to explain much. Patience, yeah. So that, and then, yeah, that's another one. As brings yourself and others, so much happiness, peace. To pacify your anger. It is said in the great saint, Indian master, great saint, the Shantideva, you see, Bodhisattva Shantideva. So said, I think this one maybe Nagarjuna, I think. I'm sorry. Yes, incredible, who open the mind, open the wisdom, compassion, open the mind of the sentient beings like sun shining upon them, and then you see liberated from oceans of all the sufferings, and then causes delusion, wrong concepts, that you see. Delusion. So anyway, so but the broad happiness, temporal and ultimate happiness, liberation from all the suffering, and then the peerless happiness. Then peerless happiness. You see. Total cessation of obscuration, completion of realization. So, what do you say? So not doing anything, not to the. By killing, you see, outside enemy, by killing outside, that only makes to increase. That only makes to increase more enemy to you by killing outside. But by killing the inner enemy, the anger, by killing the anger, your enemy anger, by killing this, with this one enemy, by killing this anger within you, then killed. You see, all the outer enemy. Nagarjuna said this. This. No harm at all. No harm at all. There is all the only benefit. By killing your enemy, see, anger. This, what you have in. By killing that, then you have no enemy outside. I have a car in the America. Car, go shopping in there, but beside the car, I have the label. If no anger, no enemy. To advertise. Of course, ourselves to practice, but also advertise the world. So if no anger, you have no enemy outside. Wherever you go, city, countryside, wherever, east, west, wherever, you have no enemy. You have to understand like that. If you anger, yes. If you 3% mind, if you anger, then you find lots of enemy outside, lots of others. Because you harm others, then so many others then harm you. Then you harm back, they create more enemies. Goes on, life to life, So that's the wrong way. So all the full Latin beings and so many the holy beings and great holy beings. They see, so many, in time the great yoga, yogis are the great holy beings. When all this is what it is. This is what Sijamani Buddha teaches. Number is order. This. Okay. So I just keep short. Patient the next. No courage is the capsule. It doesn't matter. Number doesn't matter. Then there's forgiveness. If people harm you, you give forgiveness. And remember, in America a long time, many years ago, one mother had daughter was killed, was raped first by man and killed after raped. So what he gave, but he didn't want him to go put in prison. He wants forgiveness. She wanted forgiveness. I don't think she was sort of met with a Dharma or kind of meditation. Doesn't look like that. Yeah. So there's been break and you see, so I was talking about in America, one mother had a daughter, and she was raped by the man and killed after that. And the mother didn't want him to go to prison. She gave forgiveness, and it's incredible. I don't think she's sort of doing meditation or reciting mantra. I don't think like that. But she doesn't look like that. But she did incredible. So it means there's no anger. Wow, and that's unbelievable. That's why developed mind. Wow, that's incredible. Then one man was killed. One man was not killed. Sorry, one man was shot 6 times. He didn't die, and he gave forgiveness to people who shot. Oh, I mean, this happened. Wow, what in the world? There are people incredible. Wow. Wow, you get killed. You're in the danger to be killed, but you were shot 6 times, and you get forgiveness. Wow. He don't want them to go to prison. Wow. Amazing. That's all. Then there are other ones. I said contentment, but there was some satisfaction. That is so important. So the young people used to go to school and find bad friends, sort of who go involved in drugs, and then they get involved in drugs, then there's a trouble, they have no money, and then they steal from parents, so much trouble, then they can't study, so that's why neither practice satisfaction, contentment, so important. It's education, that's the part of education. Wow, so important. Just education, just words, not enough. You must have something here, experience. You need, those experiences. Yes, satisfaction. Yeah, so it's incredible. So that we need to have in those cases what's possible. Yes, should like that. And then then so many people, young people, old people, then drink alcoholism, there so much problem, and fight in the family, and fight the wife, husband, then family, then breaking things, destroy things, then car accident. So many people die by car accidents. The family fighting. So many people out of family, in New York and many places, many people want to ask, why you are in the street living, begging all this, because I think it's basically alcohol, and so many people, something like that, So anyway, so contentment, satisfaction, very important to learn that. things, shortcomings of the alcohol, yeah. So all the details, yeah. Yeah, so I'm sure there's somebody who teach, yeah. I mean, yeah. So many people know the shortcomings, all the problems, yeah. Then, then I don't know, then I mean, you can also, yeah, then also the sex, and then you no control. Then but you have relationship with many people. Then so many people have got enemy. Your wife don't like you. Then many people they begin enemy more. Then create so many enemies, then so many disharmony, fight, cold case, the whole life, you never finish the life. The whole life it goes like that, So there's contentment, satisfaction. Now so important. I think there are many other things besides that. I mean, some example, contentment, satisfaction. So that we need, that's a very important education. But that's not regarded, those things are not educated, but those things are so important. So then the courage, the depression, I know nothing. I'm too nothing I can do. I'm useless. Nobody loves me. So that's what I am. So depressed. So you go whole life depressed. Nobody loves me. All I can do anything. So anyway, so depression. Well, it's a huge thing, depression in the West. Wow. So, just breathe. And that's also not knowing the meaning of life, our meaning of human life. It's that's what. The story happened. It might be very useful. Only one boy, 25 years old, I think maybe, something like that. And he suffered for 20 years of depression. He tried many hospitals, so many, nothing helped. So then later he found I think maybe in the garden, but main thing is to benefit others, to help others. So he found out the method by himself, not somebody else. So from there he started to think of others. So from there, his depression would last for 20 years, 20 years, 20 years. Oh, recovered. But think of others. Life is benefiting from others. So think about others, his depression went away. So the doctor says, they're saying one day, apple a day, goodbye doctor. So here's a good heart a day. Thought of business, good heart a day, and goodbye the depression. That's a very good example. So seriously, so that happened. That's so important. So so actually, universal education, the whole thing, the attitude totally changed. Should be others, for others' happiness. Others numberless. You one. So you're going for your happen what you want, but others numberless. And there's so much suffering obstacle. So so that where you get real happiness in life is that. And dedicate the whole essence of life is to dedicate for others. Whatever you do, or even eating for others' happiness, for others to prepare for suffering. And even sleeping for others. So that you sleep so that it's like medicine, so that you can help others, you can benefit others, for the others' happiness. You could also so anything, yeah. So universal basis of the idea is that. Oh, that can cure the depression. Wow, there's a meaning of life. Then you find the meaning of life to benefit others. Wow, then you can breathe. Like this. No good. Then bring through the mind, depressed, that brings many diseases of the body. It's not good. Not good at all. So like this, then you makes your life all the time sick, mentally sick, physically sick. So that so I'm not sure that. So then when others give harm to you with the body spirit, and then you can forgive me. Then if you did something wrong, you immediately apologize. Then you do like that, brings peace between you and others. Bring peace. All like that, you bring the world in peace. That's so good, so good, so good. Okay, so now, so he says normally says contentment, so, and tolerance, and I mentioned all the, So those, he don't say a few things. This is the content that. Okay, recently, the Malaysia, California, one old student, what's her name? Malaysia, one old student, Peg, and then they organized, and then there's a Malaysia, there's a Muslim, is that priest or what? Professor of Muslim religion. Professor, I don't remember his name, but he's very good. So after his talk on the religious faith, after his talk, he really got inspired. So he really wanted to put in action his own advice about compassion, or there's, human value, or all the. So he wanted to start right away, but I think he got the idea, but he wanted how to do now, see, step by step. But for example, what idea, you see, school, what school? Very important for young time children to educate, university, or the good heart, practice good heart. Overall, the title is good heart, the compassion wisdom. So start the children grow. So important. So just one time, but we grow up better, year by year. So so neither that, you see, for example, at school, I mean, there's other can be family, but in school, there's definitely ABC, I mean, step. So you could develop that. That's what kind of he needs. But that unfortunately that didn't happen. But he don't get general idea. But he wanted something like that. So he asked. So he wants to put in the action. It's very good. So that's the one thing you have to think. So here's a question. The professor, Muslim, he really seemed very good. So he really wants to start, but he excluded money. I'm giving an example at school. That's one thing. But then the school, then the family life and everything. That's one way to think. So anyway, I think you see. Not only the children, but not only children, the parents children, parents seems to be aware of the children's supposed practice. I think it's both way. Both they help, but children spend more time with the parents. I checked, and then, so parents is a very big example to the children. So very much it depends on the parents. So it's nature of the life. So parents are living in this good heart. Wow. All the children get that. The general idea. So I think it's very important. So very important because future world, how it's going to turn out, more suffering, more peace. It's all different. Present children, we're going to die. But present the children, it's going to be in their hand. The world is in their hand. So how the future, even though they're children now, but the long time, the future, they children. So therefore, you see, if they learn, if they live in that, if they live in those qualities, education, so the children, then the world will become more perfect, more peace, more happiness. Let's have the compassion suffering. So so compassion, love, to the not only people to people, but to even the animals. So that's so important. But so you see, we have to know, so we have responsibility. That and so okay. So now the I don't think I don't you never say only words like Buddhism. Somebody was at the university, big college, I mean some big money. From learning teachers, words, you learn so much about words, you're rich with words in your brain, like invested so much education, I mean, so much subject in the invested in the computer, so like the brain, but then not living the practice, not living, you don't have any experience. Well, Baba, you can sit, you can talk, you can always talk, Baba will go, like for example with subject emptiness, so the reality you can talk but not practice. Your heart and your words, what you say, the good thing person, your heart, big gap, so none of that, your heart living that. So all that mind living in the heart, no living that, your life living in that. So then there's great peace in your life. First for yourself, great peace. Wow, free from all the problems, what people are going through. So you see, like that. So you can help others, So others respect you, listen to you, because you have the experience, So and so then I think the university here you see, one idea is not only learning words. No. I saw a film as well in Brazil, I think there's a group of children, group of sons and girls. There are 3 girls. They have 3 girls, not so much. 3 girls, the 3 4 girls, but 3 girls. They are on group helping the old people who need help. They're giving food, making food, and helping washing the body of the old men. There are 3 girls watching the old women. 3 girls, not big, small 3 girls that watching the old lady. Also like that. Then the group comes to take care, come to see the old people again, and take all like that. We see like that from the heart. Doing that. The group, the head of the one boy, so I want you to see the films, then you'll understand. So I want to, not teaching words, but I want to see act, doing something. You see, even though the children doing something, I mean that's an example, but age doesn't matter. Yeah. So you see, help the poor people who need help. That's very good. And not all words, but you see, doing something. Oh, that's so good. Oh, that film is very inspiring. So, learning words is one thing. But you see, I want to see many actions. University, for example, I use myself as an example, but just so you understand. Try to help. Of course, not besides the many monasteries. Of course, you often food, besides that, because they help the education. So I mean, so important. Bring the light, wisdom, light, in the world to send them means eliminate ignorance. So, some because ignorance, not knowing, ignorance, something. So to eliminate that, bring the wisdom, light. And so so important. So that and help the Tibetan schools in South India. Also old people house. We build houses like that, and 2 old farms there, South India. Besides many monasteries. Then I got to give, how to think, positive life, truly positive life, all things like that. So then you see, for example, then even for the animals, so we do charity. Washington, I have their house for retreat to go sometimes. 2 monks there. Now they one person from Russia. So they can take the house, make so many offerings every day to over to Buddha Sangha. So they so every week. They go to market to buy the fishing. What is it? Fishing worms. Fishing worms. Yeah, they buy many fishing worms, not just one. Many fishing worms. Bait for fish. Yeah, fishing worms. Yeah, the container. Yeah, the fishermen use to put wire. They catch. Yeah, so we buy many of this each weekend. So you see, bring in the tub like this. The monk. Then I tried when I was there. But the monk would go around medicine Buddha outside, secondly purify to get higher, but eventually prevents suffering and then to achieve the total cessation of the obscurity, completion, realization. They feel its happiness. Rather, to plant the seed, to give the cause. Then inside the tatas, holy objects, and they take around. And now we have Amitabha Buddha, they're on top, and then they carry. So now we have Siddhagaba top and the. So anyway, so the monks they carry on the retirement sometimes to help them to purify. Then they carry on a nice place, safe place. But if the bird they see digging land, the bird come to eat later. So safe place. I think it's better put in the ground rather. We've been doing this for years, yeah. Not that, but also up to the house. Yes, nuns, they do that every week. Then we recite mantra, we bless the water, we put over the sea animals. Then if it's birds, we sprinkle all that. Then we take them around the holy object way, backside water. Yeah, so then we liberate us. So we've been doing this for years, yes. So he been helping the animals. Then also we make a charity for the ants. I blessed when I was there. I blessed them by the flower made so the size mantra, power, to feel that, and the negative karma, negative action, so the cause of suffering, so the Lord, so the yeah, and the blessed water, then there's the Dalai Lama, the money pills blessed by many thousand monks. His ones, and then put inside, pressure inside, and then there's a famous of great enlightened beings, there mantra, then put inside with blessed water, the blessed mantra, put the answer blessed water, yeah, means somebody. They make those pressure pills, you put a bliss pill on there, then put butter there, dry, they sprinkle over the ants nest. So first I start to ants nest. Then the monks said, now sometimes 100, sometimes less than 100, all like that. Every week the monk touches, he does. He goes out and make charity for the ants. We must recite mantra with all that praise so that purify their mind, not only to stomach full, but to purify their mind and to them to liberate from the Lord. And so to higher brother, to each enlightenment. I mean, you see that. So, during that, also liberated, also Nepal, in the past, the goats and we have animal sanctuary, and there's a couple of monasteries, they will take 50 or less or more, take our goats. There's people looking after goats, and they can go around the stupa, we build stupa, and go around, and we were mantra chanting as the speaker, then they hear mantra, they go around, and they hear mantras also, like morning, evening, or that. So Ladakh, also I'm thinking to, animal sanctuary. So the family who did all the cows like that, they took care of 50, but the other people might help, but then they didn't help. So now I'm going to build 8 stupa, and they go around and the speaker mantras all that, and they make better conditions and to have animal sanctuary. Then also all the in Ladakh, all the people, there are many people, so all the people, you see them, not all, sorry, pity, not Dichitam, but I call Amitabha, some nice name. So anyway, so to mainly not only just give food, house, no, not like just the animal, but you see, talk how they think positive way, the life positive way, everything to live in a positive way, so that she don't the purified person negative karmas, negative actions, so they don't get born lower and or they get a higher, but it feels happiness. So the cessation, obscurity, completion, realization, others so like that. So I'm hoping to that. So yes. So many ways, besides building holy objects, to benefit sentiment, so to benefit to collect the excellence, go purify, and then negative action, then the cause suffering, all sentiment, besides all that. So even the insects that help. So I'm just giving the example. I'm just giving this example, but you see, like that, to help the university education, there should be like that, different ways to help people and the animals, the insects. That I want to see like that. Oh, you see, not just the words, but no, people learn the words. I wasn't doing nothing. No, nothing. So, yes, I mentioned you live in the monastery or university, you learn some of the words, but do nothing. But your mind is somewhere else, dark, and nothing, and no experience, many words. No, that. That's one thing, what I wanted to see. Yeah. So the very basic thing is a good heart. Overall, good heart. To help, to not harm, to help. And that is, what you need to know. So happiness comes from that, from good heart, wealth, family. Yeah, so then they might ask, you see, people, they might ask about next life, the reincarnation, or they may ask the things, but see, you cannot say, that's individual person want to know, so that's what you can help. If we can explain, you can help. Yeah, it's not the investigation. I don't think investigation completely. You have to be completely blind in that. No. Somebody wants to know, yes, you can help, yes. But university education, basically, yes, secular, basically secular, yes. So in the education, what His Holiness wrote through the books about secular life, you see, the Dharma and school life, that comes, that if you are able to do, that comes also universal education subject. You have to know that. So there's a very big thing to learn, yes, not only what I said. So those are big things, yes. So generally secular, yes, but if somebody wants to know, somebody wants to know, you explain to that person, so like that, you see. So however, so now, however, the ultimate goal, yes, you bring the world in perfect, no suffering and perfect peace, happiness, yes, as much, yes, but ultimate to be free from samsara, totally free from oceans of samsara suffering, means free from, has to be free from delusion, and karma, the action. Yeah, but it's the action, they motivated by delusion, yes, cause of suffering. So, yes, as you free from that, you need to be free from suffering forever. So like that. So I'm sorry, I'm doing my Laudo, my Himalaya mountain comedian. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so so basically, like that. So on the act, not only words was learn words, but act, do things. So you can make many different ideas doing like that. I'm giving my own story as an example. So that, okay. So I think that's all. Anything else? Yeah. So I think this is really, one thing is so many people depression who's not here. You do this work with a good heart, so depression goes away. So that you get something in your life. There's a light in your life. So that, yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So thank you so much to Lama Zopa Rinpoche for those incredible, inspiring words of advice, practical actions for universal education. One of the things I heard Rinpoche speak about was that universal education should be different ways to help people. And he gave many, many examples of that. So I'd like to share that we have 12 more sessions during this festival. So please take a look. And if you've not signed up for a session, please consider doing so that you can explore what you're drawn to, ways you can help people, and if universal education can help you to do that. All the sessions are scheduled at different times of the day so that people from all over the world can join a session. And all the sessions are completely free. If you can't join a session and you're interested, please register for it anyway, and we can share the audio recording with you afterwards. FDCW is a charity, and we rely completely on donations. Please consider making a donation today so that we can continue to spread the tools for developing compassion and wisdom, for helping ourselves and others. If you feel you've benefited today and you've enjoyed yourself, please consider paying it forward for others. Our aspiration is that we can make this festival an annual event, but that depends on participation from you, co-creating with us what universal education is, and implementing our president's advice, which was very clear. If you wish to make a donation, the link for that is appearing in the chat box now, a link for donating to FDCW. And that's it from me. So just a big thank you from everyone on the FDCW team for joining us today, for sharing this festival, and please, please enjoy. Bye.